Honorable President of this session, Dr. Renju Joseph, Professor Chandrabas Narayana, Director, Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology, Mr. Pramod, Deputy Collector, Ernakulam, dignitaries on and off the dais, dear students and teachers. It's indeed a pleasure to be with you on this occasion. And just now I realized the importance of the task undertaken by the IRCC and the target which they are aiming for the year 2100. We all know the importance of young generation. If you consider the world population, it is now around 8 billion. And the young generation of below 20 years constitute approximately 1 billion. And to make any changes we should target our young generation. If you consider the age of the earth, human beings are here for a fraction of the second. In fact, humans are here for the last 2 lakh years, 2 lakh only. We had a common ancestry. We are sharing with chimpanzee. We all know that. So the Homo sapiens evolved at Africa and then moved to the different continents in pursuit of food, in pursuit of the survival. So why we started cultivating the crops instead of hunting down the animals, which of the previous practice. Humans evolved as a community through sharing. And then, by observing nature, by closely watching the nature, they found the edible crops, which are all the crops that can be grown, cultivated on a large scale. That's how we found cereal crops, we found fruits, and started cultivating it. We found vegetables and started cultivating it. And with the increase in the population, people were concerned. And we know how the Westerners were targeted the Eastern colonies for drawing wealth, for the benefit of their own each nations. East India Company was formed, and now the latest version is the multinational companies. So, with the explosion in the population, people are thinking that the future of human being is limited. Humans are limited. But then comes the Green Revolution. What is Green Revolution? We started introducing dwarf gene into our cultivated crops, and then comes the surge in the food production. So till 1960, India was waiting for the ship from US, and now India is exporting grains. But we all know the contribution of Bharat Ratna Sri M.S. Swaminathan and the Norman Borlaug in this. Likewise, we have this blue revolution, we have white revolution, targeting different food sector. And all these revolutions were happened with the involvement of scientists, By closely observing the nature, they devise the principles. And based on these principles, they propose the theory, and that theory later translates into products. So now we have superior breeds of cow, superior breeds of pig, superior breeds of poultry, hybrid seeds, everything we have. But at the same time, the environmental quality is deteriorating. So our target is for the human beings to survive in this world we have to hand over this universe to the next generation without much degeneration. So that's why, looking into this aspects, SDG goals were devised, Sustainability Development Goals. We have more than 17 SDG goals. And some of the goals are closely linked to the young generation. Zero hunger. Because in the introduction slide, Father Vincent gave you the picture. How many are dying each minute due to hunger and malnutrition. So our target is a zero hunger world. How to achieve that? And climate justice, climate action. We need to control the warming of the world by limiting our activity. So there comes the role of carbon food, carbon credits. So we have to limit the carbon credits, for which now the dialogues are going on between nations. In each our activity, we have to limit the carbon credit. We have to eat the local food. We have to promote the local activity and minimize the use of fossil fuels. All these things can be done with the involvement of science. All this can be happened only through the thinking out-of-box solutions. So there comes the role of young generation. So this conclave is happening today, and yesterday and day before yesterday, there was another conclave happening in Kochi. That was about the role of artificial intelligence and robotics. And today's paper is splashed with the new discoveries and a new school dropout, how he formed his own company. In today's newspaper, the story is there on Mr. Uday Shankar formed his own company. And he developed the concept of developing robots, 3D figure, from a single photo images. Actually, he said he preferred to discontinue his study at the age of 8th standard and started his own passion, of course with the support of his parents and mentors. There's another school dropout. I will say the Harvard dropout. We all know his name, Bill Gates. And Bill Gates invented PC computer. In fact, he gave the codes to IBM, and IBM was involved in yesterday's conclave in Kochi. What I am telling you is that Bill Gates he pursued his passion. He didn't try to get a formal degree. You need not be a holder of a formal degree, but you can still achieve the target by pursuing your goal, natural instincts. So we have to promote this mentality among the students, nurture the curiosity, nurture the out-of-box solution, out-of-box ideas. Only then we can mold, I'll say the career of a young minds and develop bright scientists out of them. These are all the opportunities. You are getting an excellent opportunity to interact with the leading scientists in the field. We have very good physicists, biologists, chemistry. All gentlemen are coming for the next 3 days here and interact with you and share their work. I'm basically a horticulturist, and my work is related to vegetable crops. I was targeting to develop hybrids. So you may be wondering what the hybrids are doing. The concept is 100-year-old, but still hybrids are not popular. What might be the reason? There are certain theories. And we have a scientist from China here, And China is advancing in hybrid rice. The productivity of Chinese rice is more than 5 times the productivity of Indian rice. Of course, climate-wise, changes are there. But China is making giant progress in rice breeding and rice production. And the second place is shared by India. Likewise, in vegetable crops, my work is related to watermelon and cucumber. Watermelon, you all know. We love watermelon fruits, but very often we find that the seeds in watermelon are quite a hindrance to our enjoyment. So my target was to remove that, not through the biotechnological approach, conventional breeding, through polyploid breeding and development of triploid watermelon. I have developed 2 watermelon hybrids, that is Swarna and Shonima, red flesh and yellow flesh watermelon. This yellow flesh seedless watermelon is still not popular in the market, but I'll tell you that that's nutritionally more rich, contains citrulline, that's a non-essential amino acid. And likewise, we are promoting polyhouse cultivation, glasshouse cultivation of vegetables, and for which we require special hybrid seeds, which are capable of growing inside the polyhouse and setting fruits without pollination. And that's what the parthenocarpic type. I will tell you, these are the types